Hello and welcome to our Montenegro highlights tour. We started the day by going to Sveti Stefan, which is an old fishing village on an island that was built in the 1500s, but in the 19th century was converted into a luxury hotel. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful, as you can see. We're currently in the middle of a 30-year period where people can't actually go to the island though. There are beaches in front of it, but you can't visit the islet itself. You can only walk across the land bridge to the gate. From the Sveti Stefan viewpoint, we drove for approximately 35 minutes to the town of Virpazar. We met our captain and were led to our traditional boat for our voyage to Lake Skadar. However, first I had to help launch the boat from the riverbank.
Yeah, I've seen them.
We sailed down the river for about 10 minutes before we hit the lake itself. We spent around an hour exploring the lake by boat. Lake Skadar is one of the largest lakes in Europe and definitely the largest lake in the Balkan area. Its surface area changes dramatically between summer and winter. 2/3 of Lake Skadar sits in Montenegro and the remaining third sits in the neighbouring country of Albania. In summer, it can be as small as 370 kilometres squared, and in winter this can increase to as much as 530 kilometres squared, depending upon rainfall. Lake Skadar is surrounded by Montenegro's wine country, and we visit a Montenegrin winery in our next video, so if you don't want to miss out, be sure to hit subscribe. Lake Skadar has a rich biodiversity with over 40 different species of fish in the lake and over 280 species of bird. If you arrive early in the morning before most tourists get there, you may be lucky enough to spot a local pelican. There are also lots of buildings of note around Skadar's shores. Scattered across the lake are lots of small medieval Orthodox monasteries, some of which date back as long ago as the 14th century. There is also a fortress which we passed, and this was a defensive structure built to protect Montenegro against invasions from the Ottoman Empire. As we turned the boat round and headed back to town, the captain pulled the boat over towards a section that was covered in thousands of lily pads, and was able to get a couple of flowers for each of the ladies on board the boat. Flowers are pretty, aren't they?
Yeah,
What did you think of the boat ride?
really good.
Yeah, what was your favourite bit?
All of it.
All of it. Wow. Must have been good then. Eliza's favourite bit will have been the boat getting stuck at the beginning and Daddy having to help launch it. All the frogs. After Skadar Lake, we've stopped off for some local juices. The specialty is pomegranate juice, which is what I've got. Clara has raspberry as well. It's absolutely delicious, like nicely sweet but not overly sweet because there's still a little bit of tartness to it, which is very welcome in the heat of the day. It's about 35-36 degrees today, so as we're approaching midday, a nice cold refreshing drink is more than welcomed. And the view from where we're having our drinks is absolutely stunning. Got mountains over here, and then this is Skadar Lake where we just were on the boat just over to the left here. Absolutely beautiful. I think we need some of these traps at our hotel.
Very nice. Yes.
That hornet is huge. You can hear it.
It's really nice.
After our drinks of pomegranate juice, we stopped off at the town of Rijeka, and I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, where we had some free time to wander. We chose to stroll by the river, which was absolutely beautiful, and check out its famous old bridge. From here, we took the short drive to Pavlova Strana, which is a famous viewpoint in Montenegro. Images from here are often used by the Montenegrin tourist boards because, as you can see, the horseshoe bend in the river is absolutely spectacular. It does give vibes of Horseshoe Bend in the Grand Canyon, however, in Montenegro it is surrounded by lush greenery. So after seeing the Horseshoe Bend, which is one of the icons of Montenegro, we headed to the national restaurant, Belvedere, where we had our lunch. I had the chicken fillet, which was €12, but there wasn't just one chicken fillet, there was 4. So the portions were very generous for the price that you're paying. And Elias had quite a large plate of squid, which again was only €12-14. So like really cheap. The food was really tasty. The only thing that we didn't really like about the restaurant was there was a lot of wasps when you were sat outside. So yeah, if you do come on the trip, the food is really tasty. Just be prepared for wasps. So we're now in the former capital of Montenegro, Cetinje. Again, if you've watched us before, you'll know I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of that. It's the same name as the river that we saw earlier with the Horseshoe Bend. Currently walking around the area that has the Billiard house, mansion, which is the home of a former Prince Bishop of Montenegro who ruled in the 15th century. So the monastery behind me is Cetinje Monastery, and this has had to be rebuilt several times as it keeps getting burnt down due to some of the conflicts historically with the Ottoman Empire. We wandered around the old capital of Montenegro for about 20 minutes, half an hour, looking at the old buildings, and now we've come to a place called Horizon Bar. This is a bar restaurant just off the Serpentine Road, and as you might be able to see behind me, it is just above the bay with Kotor on it. So it's got similar views to the cable car. I can see the cable car in front of me now, and there's from here basically almost 360 panoramic views. It's quite spectacular. So just down this ridgeline is the cable car. We have Tivat Airport here, and then where we did the boat trip the other days up in this channel here, round the headland here and down into the Bay of Kotor. You can just see, you might not be able to make it out on the video, Kotor Old Town just sticking out here.
So we've seen lots of Montenegro on our trip today. We've seen lots of beautiful viewpoints such as Sveti Stefan and the Horseshoe Bend in the river, which you'll see in a lot of Montenegro tourism sites. We've taken a boat trip onto Skadar Lake and then been to the former capital of Montenegro. We stopped off for lunch, which was very delicious, but there were hundreds of wasps. We're now at Horizon Bar, which has views over Kotor and Tivat. Now our last thing for the day is Serpentine Road, which goes zigzaggy and like a snake.
We did this tour with Royal Services Montenegro, and we'll leave their details in the description in case you want more information. So we're back at the hotel now from the Serpentine Road, and coming down that hill and those roads, I definitely think I'll prefer that as a passenger to a driver, don't you?
Yeah,
think Mammy would like to drive it?
Nope.
Mammy actually said that if she was driving the car, she'd have just pulled over and stopped at some point because it got so narrow with cars coming both ways. What else was there?
Buses, and the driver said that they only let buses come from the bottom to the top because if buses were coming both ways, they would crash into each other.
Yeah, they'd get stuck because it would be too narrow for two buses, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've enjoyed this video,
You should hit the like button.
and if you'd like to see our next adventure in Montenegro,
You should press subscribe.
our next video is going to be from a Montenegrin vineyard because who likes wine?
Mommy and Daddy.
Mummy does. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye now.